Hello guys, Almost Addicted here, and today I am going to show you how to build this lovely treehouse. But first I'm going to show you the little details that I've actually used within the build to kind of give you an idea. It's a fast tutorial and it's more for giving you inspiration rather than doing it block for block. So as you can see, I've used a half slab to kind of go up and make a roof in that pattern. And I think this really does work with like treehouse builds and stuff. I've stuck with the oak and the spruce. So I think it goes together quite well. We've got the spruce underneath there and the trapdoors. It's 5 wide and yeah, it looks really good. So I'm going to show you the lighting now. This is what I've used for the lighting. It's quite good. It looks quite good. We've got the spruce, we've got the cobblestone, trapdoors round it, and then we've got the stairs with the glowstone in the middle. And I think it goes together quite well. So we've got the spruce fence, oak, and yeah, I think it looks really nice. And for the windmill, obviously, this is just a smaller version, but I have used the pistons. As you can see, I've got a redstone block in the middle of there, and when I remove this and then put it back, as you can see, it expands, and then I've just put wool at the side of it and then a piece of that. So without further ado, let's build this. So what I would start to do, it's maybe a jungle village, so I would put my jungle trees up and then start to build a base. Now this base could be you can put it anywhere, you can put it any height. Now trim it round with some kind of spruce fence and stuff, and remove some of the bush. Like, it's good to actually kind of work within the trees, but we can always add some bush later. Now what I'm doing is doing a second platform, and I'm putting actually some stairs going up to this second platform to make it look perfect and nice. So yeah, imagine doing this block for block. This is why I can't do big tutorials like this block for block, but this is why I want to do these faster tutorials, so I can actually give you guys inspiration for builds that I wouldn't normally do a tutorial on, so you guys can actually make your own thing, maybe decide to do your own thing. So I'm trimming the top of the trees off now, and I'm making kind of a circle. This is 5 by 1 by 5 by 1 all the way around as a circle, so just adding on to the build. So I'm working with squares at the bottom and then going on to circular sort of shapes at the bottom. Now I'm just trimming it round with a little bit of slab and taking some of those blocks out to try and add some more detail. Now adding, oh god, seriously, it took a while. This took about 3 hours, so I'm now working with the oak and stuff and fences in between. And as I showed you down before with the slabs, I'm using that for the kind of windows and stuff. And it works really well. If you do this pattern on top of each other, it works goddamn good. I've got to agree, it really does work well. So you'd build the roof, you'd only do a little bit around the edge of the roof, and then you start to build it up again with the oak. So it's kind of like, it's like a half roof, and then you're working on another roof on that basically. So now I'm working up another, and it's just basically 5 gaps in between, the oak in the middle, and just a little bit of an oak wood in the center. And it works really well, really well. And now I'm just feeding it around with bush and adding a little bit of trapdoors and some other stuff as well. And then we're doing that same shape and design. It works so good. Now imagine this in a big forest, big open forest, and you've got about 5-6 of these in the middle of a jungle. It's going to be amazing. So I might do maybe a tutorial later on some bridges that you could do to interconnect all these together to make an actual jungle village. I have actually done a kind of a block for block tutorial on something like this. So now I'm working on the farm. I'm just doing a square farm and then working the stairs going around it, and now I can turn it into a square at the top. And using that oak to try and get those diamond shapes going up, so now we can build onto a different style roof than what we did below. Because I think sometimes people do it like bottom heavy. I like to try and make it bottom heavy and then make it fatter at the top and then it goes in again. I think that diversity in like the shape and stuff really does work. Now it's all experimenting. You just got to experiment with these sort of things. Like, granted, I go wrong sometimes. I just delete it and put it back. As you can see, I'm working on the roof. It's just, imagine you're building a normal roof, and then you've got another normal roof, 90-degree angle, and another one all the way around to try and make a roof from that, you know? But yeah, and then we're using those little slabs going across, and as you can see, I'm losing my breath. How do people do this? And as you can see, we're building it round and the camera's doing another 360. I'm trying to get used to this replay mod. It's quite difficult because all the people doing tutorials online on how to actually do it are just completely and utterly crap at teaching. So yeah, maybe in the future when I've got the hang of it, I might actually do a tutorial on this as well. I probably wouldn't do it now because it's probably not the best, but yeah. So I'm just working more detail into that roof by working diagonally. The best thing to do, say that you've got like 3 across, 3 diagonally, 3 across, 3 diagonally, and then you just work in more shape with adding stairs, taking blocks out to add kind of slabs into there as well. It really does work. I'm going for a kind of like a Chinese roof, and then it goes up to make the peak at the top. As you can see, as I'm building it up, it's just like building it up and then in the middle, and then I'm putting stairs together, add that little bit of kind of fences on it as well. As you can see, I'm just adding little bits of kind of curves, fences all around, and it's always good to say that you've got a really plain shape on your roof, like by taking some out, adding some oak, as you can see there. I'm just doing it in a triangle fashion. Illuminati confirmed. Yeah, seriously, if you've ever been taken in by the Illuminati, make sure you comment down below. I think they're after me for my building skills. They're like, seriously, you're not allowed to build like this. It's too good, and people are coming after you. So yeah, I'm on the run from the Illuminati at the moment, but that's fine. That's a story for another day. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just building. Once you've done all that detail and stuff, it's good to kind of hide that detail so people can still kind of see it, but it's kind of hidden within this kind of tree. So it's always good to fatten it up. You can always fatten the bottom up so it doesn't look odd. And now I'm adding some more trees. So you see that bottom, it's quite plain. So if you add more trees to kind of merge into it, these trees are going to grow and wrap around your build. So it looks a heck of a lot better. And as you can see, once I've done the trees, I'm just kind of thickening it up, trying to make it more enclosed. So it feels like you're kind of in a secret garden while you're walking through this. It makes it a bit more enchanting once you've got like trees going round. And as you can see, I'm just putting a main pillar going all the way up. This is just so we can actually get up into the tree house. Now, if you're building with a one structure like this, it's always good to make just a straight ladder going up. You don't want to mess around with too many stairs wrapping all the way around it. It can make it look too messy and make it look a bit obscure. So I like to work with that sort of thing. And stuff like this, you can turn it into like a steampunk style. As you can see, I'm making kind of a little crane and stuff. And that's just basically an oak log with a cobblestone, a fence, and then a slab on top with like the fence going around. And as you can see, it looks really, really nice. And just adding those bushes in and stuff, mwah, perfection. And as you can see there, I've showed you that before, but what I didn't show you is the little black nibs on the end. I think it really makes the build punch, because you've got a lot of greens in there and sort of kind of neutral colours. To get that black and white in there, it really does make it pop. So now what I'm doing is filling around here. You've got to have a pool in a tree house. Come on, dude. And then now I'm making a garden that kind of connects with the pool. So I've got my sugarcane there. You've got to get your farm in there and stuff like that, and just building a simple hut. It's basically the fence going all the way around with a little bit of slab, and as you can see, the bush kind of mixes into it, makes it look quite nice. And of course, we're going to need some lights, man. We're going to need some lights for this place. So I've showed you the lights that we're doing, but that does look good so far. But we can still add a lot more detail. This is where the detail really brings the build together. And as you can see, what I showed you before, it's just a cobblestone. And then we've got the fence coming down, and then we've got the spruce wood with the glowstone. It's the glowstone, I do remember. I do this freestyle, I don't script it, so it's a bit more genuine, hopefully. Yeah, just making it up off the top of my head. I'm getting better at speaking. I thought I had a speech impediment. Turns out I'm getting quite good at this. So obviously, if you've got a speech impediment, you can improve. I haven't really got a speech impediment, but it kind of feels like that when you're trying to think on your toes. But anyway, back to the tutorial. God, what's going on? So, as you can see, I'm just adding the little stairs in, and they're combining together, so it kind of encloses that light in. Looks really, really nice. And I'll do a little close-up here, and it just looks, oof, perfection. Once you start adding those little bits of flowers and colour in there, it really, really does make this build pop. It's just like boom in your face. There you go. We've got the rose flowers and stuff. You can add whatever flowers you like. Oh, that looks nice. So imagine this in the big forest. It's pretty goddamn good. And at the end, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in shaders, because it just has to be done. It just has to be done, because in shaders it really does make it nice. And at the bottom, as you can see, I'm just adding more flowers, more colour. I'm adding some oak trees in there as well. So that may be where an oak forest combines into a jungle forest. And there you go, there's a little bit of water there. I'm taking that down so I can build another crane coming from here, because as you can see, it overhangs there. And if we bring something to kind of distract the attention from that overhang by something like that, it really does pull it together, looks nice. And that's the trick. Don't always do symmetric stuff. If something looks odd, add something of structure at the side, and it kind of distracts the detail away, and it turns it into like a focus point, which makes it look quite good. Just doing a farm on top, and there you go, guys. I really hope you enjoy. Make sure you slap the hell out of that like button. Really do appreciate it. So without further ado, oh, look at that in the shaders. Beautiful. And Merry Christmas, guys. 50,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Shall catch you later.